Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the channel once again. Welcome to the delayed flight. Mérignac, Bordeaux Airport in France. The parking place is quite vast, as we see here. It is a wonderful airport. It is a bespoke airport, and somewhere here is our plane parked, which is a brand new 767-300 released just a week ago from Captain Sim, and it is the last plane added in our fleet, together with the other add-ons of Captain Sim for MSFS 2020. This is the second parking. Quite impressive, this airport, and definitely deserves a high ranking. So we follow the normal procedure, which means that we must go inside the airport, find our plane and board. And the airport is somewhere here, is the entrance. Our priority is the airplane right now and not the airport. There is a tutorial about the stairs, how to climb the stairs. You can have a look at this tutorial. So here it goes. Okay. I will not insist about the airport right now, and I'm more interested in finding our plane, the 767-300. And we follow the normal procedure. There is already a clip in this airport with a landing of PIA, Pakistan International Airlines, which is a remix with music. And you may have a look, because the landing is really interesting and quite successful. And also the two songs are very good. So this is the plane. I chose a livery of American, not the default livery of Captain Sim, which we never use. So let us try to board and to inspect the plane externally. Very good job done from the developer of this add-on of Bordeaux Mérignac International, I suppose, airport. Now the plane from inside the jetway looks something like this. A wonderful add-on. And there are a few remarks. First of all, more than half of the liveries of this plane that I downloaded, they don't work. This is just fine, and another 6-7. But the majority, I mean, they just don't work. They were too early released. So it is much more smaller than the 767-400. It looks impressive like this, and actually, of course, it is a long plane, but the truth is that it is just the perspective. The plane is not that long as it seems to be here. And for instance, if I change the camera, you see that definitely it is not that long as the 767-400. There is some problem with the reverse thrust, I noticed, as usually. Okay, we fixed this one. Yes, it is quite impressive, and definitely it is not a small plane. This is the version with the winglets, because there are two versions. There are two default liveries from Captain Sim, with winglets and without winglets. And once again I repeat that, let's say from this perspective, the plane definitely looks bigger than it actually is. So let us try to connect the jetway. Good, excellent. Okay. So we may go inside our plane. Now we use the cockpit and cabin camera, which means the arrows, Alt, Shift and the arrows, and we can close the door. Before we go inside the cockpit, we will have a look at the cabin. And unfortunately, you know that I strongly support Captain Sim, and there are already two clips in the site defending Captain Sim. You may have a look. But the cabin is insufficient. There are lots of question marks. I mean, there is nothing new here. Actually, it is almost the same cabin as the cabin of the 767-400. And also, I don't like this at all. I mean, no other cabin had the logo and the trademark of Captain Sim. If Captain Sim wants to operate also charter flights, it is okay with me, but I would prefer the pillows to have, let's say, either the trademark of another company. Definitely I will be waiting for new add-ons, if there will be any, that will fix this problem somehow, because we will not examine right now the window views and so on, but yeah, definitely it doesn't offer nothing new than what we already have seen from the 767-400 edition. Definitely it is not bad. The plane is smaller. I will not continue. There is no catering service. I mean, there is no comparison with the wonderful cabins of the 777-300. But anyhow, this is something that caught me a little bit by surprise, because we are not used from Captain Sim to such kind of advertisement. It is that simple. So we go inside our cockpit, and there will be more complaints, unfortunately. I don't think that there is anyone in YouTube that supports Captain Sim more than me, but a review is a review, and here, you know, we are not paid to advertise something. We just say honestly, most of all, our opinion about every plane and every new add-on. So here it goes, and here the complaints are even worse, because this is the only cockpit, actually. It is the door of the cockpit. It is the only door of the cockpit that we cannot open. Here, have a look at the cursor. Here, I mean, this doesn't work, what to say. And that means that if you don't have any of these two planes, if you don't have the 767-400, and you're thinking about buying the 767-300, I would strongly suggest you to buy the 767-400 and not this one if you have to choose one, because all other planes of Captain Sim, they had here feature and you could open the door. Now here you cannot. And this really was quite disappointing, I must admit. Here it is. The cockpit is just great. It is quite different than the other ones. I saw already that there are complaints that it is quite similar to the cockpit of the 747-8. It's okay with me. The cockpit, definitely, it is different than the other ones. Let us have a look. And also there are some wonderful features I will show you. For instance, here, you see, okay, this is nice. I mean, here nothing works, but anyhow, it is not bad at all. Something else that I noticed, which is extremely impressive, you know, for instance, if you are above, let's say, 20,000 feet, and you feel the need to smoke, why not? Just open your window. Yeah, this is great. Definitely, this is great. Let us have a more detailed look from another perspective. Here it is. Have a look here also. And here we closed the window. Definitely quite impressive. Yes, kudos to this one. All these switches here are not operational, but definitely it is nice to see. Now the complaints will continue, unfortunately, because I don't think that the two seats of the captain and of the first officer are very well adjusted. I mean, this distance is quite short. Have a look here. And I don't think that this is quite realistic. I mean, it cannot be something like this. This distance is quite short, which means actually that when we will arrange our cameras, we must have a view, let's say something like this one here, in order to have a precise look at our instruments. Definitely, the panel is very nice. Yes, I don't think that this distance is realistic. And also the truth is that I had a look if we can change something here. Somewhere here, for instance. But the truth is that it is not possible something here to change. The complaints will continue because unfortunately we cannot have the yoke disappear. It just shows this map here. And there is no other yoke that cannot be disappeared in all the other editions of Captain Sim. Here also exactly the same. And lots of players, they like when they fly not to have the yoke in front of them and just to control their plane with better visibility. I think I found something else that it is quite impressive also. Have a look here. When the palm, the little hand appears, you can just, yeah, pull this up and again down. And I suppose it is the same also for the captain's seat, isn't it? Let us have a look. Okay, it is nice, what to say. It is not that important, but it is nice. Yeah, something like this. Also, there is another wonderful feature. If you want to drink more coffee, you just have the last cup of coffee that you were drinking disappeared, like this, isn't it? and you can ask for another one. You see. Okay, all those things are of course nice, but useless a little bit. Can I do the same here also? Maybe not. Oh yes, I can, you see. And here maybe not. We have the maps in front of us. Ah yes, indeed, also. Okay, so we can easily cheat and order another cup of coffee, but mostly I'm interested if the window feature works here. I think it must work. Let us have a look. Yeah, this is impressive, definitely. Especially during flights when you are flying high, isn't it? And you want some fresh air with about, let's say, 350 knots. It is nice to open to open the window, just to breathe some fresh air. Yeah, this I liked very much, definitely. So in general, I don't think I forgot something. And if the plane is operational, if the controls are operational, if we can start up the plane, landings, behavior of the plane during flight and so on, this is another story. Definitely we will continue with the startup, with the lights setup. We will arrange our lights and so on. That was just a first impression and I will not continue further. I'm just trying to have a look if I forgot something. The upper panel, of course, it is quite impressive and actually quite different than the upper panel of the 777 and the 767-400. Yes, there are also complaints about the FMC. There is an imitation of the instruments of the 747. But this is another story. So far, in order to conclude, the cabin is insufficient. Nothing special. We will be waiting for the add-ons, if there will be any. The plane definitely is a little bit more old-fashioned. We cannot open the door. This is a serious disadvantage. And also I wonder what kind of setup we will have concerning our cameras. Because, as I said, this distance is quite short. I mean, this is quite a short distance. At least you see the terrain like this better. Yeah, this is quite interesting. I closed the window. I suppose I did, isn't it? Never mind. I suppose I did. And of course you may have already noticed that we don't see this default couple that we see in all other versions. Somehow this couple now disappeared, isn't it? Another disadvantage, we said that definitely there is a lack of liveries. I mean, most liveries don't work, as I said. This livery is just fine, of course, and some others. And we said about the cabin. I will be waiting for maybe a new add-on with a different cabin than this one. And I think this is the first impression. Definitely it is not that big as the 767-400. So let us have a first look at the 767-300. Definitely we will continue. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on here? What is going on here? Do you need any help, mister? Excuse me, do you need any kind of help? A sad picture, of course, to end the clip like this. Thank you for watching this clip, ladies and gentlemen. Hope the pilot is doing fine. Okay, a little bit, he must wait. So thank you for watching this clip and hope to see you soon to the next one. You take care, bye for now.